Hello, and welcome to Famicast 170, your Famicast for the latter part of March 2020. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today I'm joined by James Charlton.
Welcome to the show, and remember, remain indoors.
Yes, I think Miyamoto would have something to say about this. He said a very similar thing to Tim Cook on stage when he just happened to say, "Thank you, Steve!" And we'll leave it at that. And also joining me is Mr. Ty Sugar himself.
Light punch, medium punch, light kick, fierce punch.
Nope, no worries.
Ty's
Folks.
having a stroke, I think. We apologize for that.
Yeah. All right. And also joining us today, very special guest and friend of the show, Mr. Liam Robertson. What's up, dude?
Hi, thank you for having me.
No, dude, thanks for coming on. Appreciate that. So, yeah, we got a pretty action-packed show here today. We're going to do some Animal Crossing talk about a little bit of Doom 64 and some other kind of relevant and not so relevant games.
Oh boy. And, this is where I shine.
Exactly. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and hop right into it. So, Liam, you have been playing a little bit of the old Animal Crossing New Horizons, right? The old New Horizons, right?
Yes, I have. and I was surprised to find out upon joining this stream that I'm the only person here who has. So, what's up with that? Like, why aren't you playing it? I don't understand.
No guns.
Right. Yeah. I know for myself, like, man, I think I've been kind of Animal Crossing'd out since like the DS version. I played the hell out of that, played the hell out of GameCube. And yeah, man, I don't know. And then I just told myself, I was like, look, Danny, if you buy this, you're going to play it for like an hour and then it's done. So yeah.
Well, I thought it would be a similar situation for me, but I've played the hell out of it. It's really addictive. I'm not like the biggest Animal Crossing fan. You know, I've played a few of them. I didn't really play the GameCube one. I've not played the DD one, as you were talking about before. The one that I really got into was Wild Worlds on the DS when the online was starting. But yeah, this one I'm really enjoying so far. I like a lot of the improvements they've made. There's some nice quality of life stuff like the item wheel. I enjoy doing the item tours, not the item tours, the you know, like the I don't know what they're called really, but they do these island tour things where you can go to a different island and it's kind of like randomly generated, like procedurally generated, and it'll be full of a random creature or a fruit or something like that, and it's basically you get to go there and pillage the island of its resources and take it back to your island, sell it, plant new fruits and so forth. So that's good fun.
They're not made by people; they're just literally randomly generated.
It seems that way, yes. I couldn't tell you that with absolute certainty, but I've never seen two exactly the same. So I feel like there are rough formats, and then the game just randomly populates them with items.
Oh man, I played this game before. It's called 7 Cities of Gold.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't
know.
Look it up. Fair enough.
It's a game where you discover the new world and kill a bunch of Native Americans and take everything they have. It's historically accurate.
America the game.
Yeah.
We're going there. Okay. well, yeah, I'm mostly enjoying it. The addiction, the addictive quality of it is starting to wear off a little bit, but I do find in general there is something new to do pretty much every day. The visuals are very nice. It's just as charming as you would expect from a Nintendo game like this. However, I do have a couple of quibbles here and there. I think that the pacing of some of the unlocks for me is a bit glacial. I feel like I feel like I've played it for a week, like nonstop, and I feel like I've still only just scratched the surface. I can't imagine how many hours I've put into this being in quarantine, you know, not having anything else to do. And yeah, so it has been a nice escape on that front, I guess. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, come on, when is there going to be more facilities? When am I going to be able to do the, the cliff construction stuff? I can't do any of that yet. So it feels like it is a game that's designed to be played over many, many months, perhaps even more so than the other games. And you're either going to get along with that or you're not. And I'm trying not to time travel.
I was going to ask about that. I think people who've completely got like the best island, all the objects, everything, they must be, quote unquote, cheating, time traveling, right?
Yeah, I try not to judge people when it comes to that stuff. I feel people like get really judgmental when it comes to that stuff. I feel like it's everyone's own experience, and they can play. They paid for the game. They can play it however they want to. I think it's silly, but I do think it is designed to be played this way, taking it one day at a time, sort of like a diary or something. And I feel like it's sort of like skipping to the last page of a book if you just skip through everything and don't go at the game's pace. So I'm trying to respect it on a design front.
You've cheated yourself, basically. What's the quote? You probably know the quote better than me.
Well, yeah, I as I say, I'm mostly really enjoying it. I think the social aspect of playing it with friends is the best part of it, as always. I like a lot of the new stuff. I like crafting items and like furniture. I like that you can lay items down in your town anywhere now. That opens up so many possibilities. So the level of customization is by far and away so much better than any of the other games. This is kind of the definitive Animal Crossing game. However, I'm not so keen on the fact that the tools break, such as your shovel and your axe, and I feel like that is going to be divisive. I've not really joined in on any of the discourse, but I can imagine some people really not liking that. And I kind of get it's like early on that would be a thing, but after a while, as I'm getting better and better tools, I hate the fact that I still have to go to the crafting center things and make more of them, and it's just kind of a pain in the ass to have to trek across the island to find one of those and get the supplies to continue doing what I want to do. It feels a bit redundant, and I know those kind of like, what's the word? Those kind of mechanics in games where tools break, items break, that's always very divisive. I felt like in Breath of the Wild, it served it. There's a lot of controversy about that. It served a purpose. Right. I felt like in Breath of the Wild, I don't so much mind it there. I felt it fit within the game. Here, less so. I don't know that it really matters because you can just go and replace everything so easily. So it's just kind of an inconvenience a lot of the time. But I'm hoping as I play it more, I can get better and better tools and they'll stop breaking, basically, and I can bypass this mechanic.
It's the golden tools, isn't it? They're unbreakable or something like that.
I guess so, but that's probably quite a long way off. And in the meantime, I just don't know what purpose it serves the game to have that mechanic.
That wasn't in the older ones, like Wild World. It's been literally a decade since I played Animal Crossing. Like, they didn't break in the DS one, right?
No, that's a totally new thing.
Yeah, they sure as hell didn't break in the N64 version. I think that would have just kind of driven me bananas.
But it's probably more like a technical reason back then, right? But
right.
Interesting. So do you think it's more like because they're doing this whole like survival on an island kind of thing? It's kind of trying to fit in with that?
I guess so. And you do have crafting in the game that I think works great. I like crafting furniture and stuff you can trade. And yeah, I just feel like with the tools you're actually using, it feels superfluous. I don't like the idea of having to trek back and forth to just continue what I want to do. I just want to catch fish. I just want to dig stuff up. Just let me do it. Don't add this extra step to it. And also the crafting can be itself a bit tedious sometimes. For instance, let's say I collect loads and loads of clams and I want to make a bunch of fish baits. Well, I can't craft multiple things simultaneously. I have to sit there and press craft, watch the animation, and then do it again and again and again for each bit of fish bait that I want to make, and it's a one-use item. So you will have to sit there for like 5 minutes if you want to do a bunch of fish baits, tapping the A button, trying to get through the animation, and it's just it's just a little thing that I think could be patched out of the game. They should add multiple crafting things so you can just select a bunch at once. There are parts in the game, so you can submit multiple fossils to the museum at once, or get multiple checked, or sell multiple items now. I don't know why you can't craft multiple things as well. It seems like an oversight.
Yeah, Nintendo like to do that, do they? They give you something and then they take it away. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. They like to do that. We'll get there in the end. Animal Crossing, 8th version. So, talking about things that maybe slightly better / worse is the online, like playing with you. You said you're playing with friends.
Yeah.
Is that any better than the other versions?
I would say so, yeah. I mean, it's not as great as you would expect with modern day standards. There's no voice chat in app. I guess you can use your phone, but nobody's going to do that. Who cares about that? But you do have messaging, at least. That is something. There is messaging. You can message friends, even if they're in their towns, if you have them registered as best friends. That's totally on the system, on the keyboard, in the game. So that's good. I like that. You can send letters to each other, send gifts. And yeah, there's very little lag on the online. It's pretty good. It is just a slightly more polished version, I'd say, of New Leaf's Online. And of course, you can have like 8 people. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I'll never reach that cap now. In some of the older games, I sometimes would, but I feel like that's a great amount of people that you can have in your town. I don't know 8 people who are playing this game, so that'll never be an issue for me.
Everyone on my friends list seems to be playing it.
Yeah,
yeah, true.
It's amazing. I like how it's kind of like a flight schedule, like an airport thing, where it's like the departures kind of thing. I like that. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, the aesthetic of the whole game's great. They always have a lot of cute little ideas for how to implement those things in Nintendo games, and especially with Animal Crossing. So I am enjoying it a lot. It might sound like I'm a bit down on a few things, but honestly, those are ultimately minor inconveniences. You know what I mean? Like having to watch an animation a few times. It's not that big of a deal. So far, the game's really impressive. I'm just still waiting for it to open up. I feel like I've still not experienced what this is going to be like in the end.
You're not going to be tempted to do a bit of time traveling?
No, I feel like, I'm playing this with my girlfriends. I want us to be on the same page and not screw about with it. I like waking up each day and there being something different. So I don't want to, I'm just going to let the game play out, see how it goes.
Better than waking up in the real world, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Liam, you mentioned I mean, I could see some people maybe thinking like, oh my God, you think this game's a piece of garbage. But no, man, I think when you're objectively looking at anything, obviously it seems like the stuff that really sticks out, like the negative things, that's going to be sticking out more in your mind. You'll probably be more likely to, say something about that rather than say something that's awesome about it or whatever, so.
Yeah. Well, I just, with Animal Crossing, I feel like there's always one more thing you can do to make it slightly better. Yeah. Because when everything else is so good, the small little niggles like that stick out more. So, you when it's something relatively simple like that could be patched out, might as well bring it up and let people know and voice your concerns. Because Nintendo does listen. They do seem to care about these things.
Yeah. So next event is Bunny Day, as it's known in the West. No religious holidays allowed, so it's Bunny Day. Yes. And that'll be patched in with not DLC, but it'd be like a patch, right?
Yeah.
So even if you did fast forward to actual Easter, it wouldn't actually be available yet. In Japan, it is literally just called Easter.
Yeah.
They just call it that because no one gives a shit about any religions here.
Yeah, nobody really even knows or cares. They just think, oh, it's the thing with the bunnies and maybe some chocolate. Yeah,
right. It is literally Bunny Day, ironically, in Japan. That's how they see it.
Yeah. So I trust Nintendo will make improvements to it. They've already patched it today, actually, and they I think patched out a like exploit that people had found where you could clone items.
That just got patched today, didn't it?
Yeah. There's always something in Animal Crossing you can do to like clone items 1,000,000 times that someone finds within a day. So I mean, I guess it's good that they've done that. So rebalance things.
Nintendo's QA testers couldn't find it in 9 months, but whatever. The public found it in 2 days. Good luck to them.
Yeah,
maybe next time. But anyway, it's been patched out.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. That's all gone. I didn't mess about with that. I'm just as I say, I'm being a law-abiding citizen. I'm trying to be a good boy and just play it how it's supposed to be played, or how I see it. And yeah, I as I say, I am enjoying it. But that's more or less everything I had to say about it, I guess. So if you want
to remember, remain indoors.
Yes, remain indoors.
Remain indoors.
Yes. All right. Well, I guess on that note, actually speaking of breakable weapons and stuff like that, James, how about you go ahead and continue on with the old new business?
Well, I've been doing exactly what Liam's been doing. I've been, catching insects, finding things. I've got a house, full of items, and some of them break when you use them too much. Yep, I am playing.
Oh, sorry. I just knocked my phone in that Mitchell and Webb sketch you sent me. Just automatically stopped playing. Sorry about that.
No worries.
So yeah, the world which I have been going to during this isolation time is Breath of the Wild, because I think I've been threatening with going back to that game for the past 2 years, and I finally did. The last save, the save file literally said 2017. I can't remember which month it was.
Wow.
So I just picked it up from there. So yeah, it took me, a little while to kind of get back in the flow of things, remembering all the controls and where everything is, like all the things that were natural when you're playing it for hours and hours and hours. I played it for about 40 hours, back in 2017. Did the 4 divine beasts, got about maybe 40 shrines, 30 odd Korok seeds, and then just kind of, I don't know, started playing something else. I think Splatoon 2. I think it was Splatoon 2 which did it, because I'm obviously a big Splatoon guy. So yeah, I just took it up from there. I am now on 90 shrines and about 80 Korok seeds, and and I've actually bought the DLC as well, which I didn't do back in the day. So yeah, the reason I got the DLC before finishing all the shrines was that there are a few kind of quality of life improvements things that come with the DLC. Well, first of all, like the cool map feature where it shows where you've been. I wanted to see that. Also, that was
that alone was worth it for me.
Yeah. There's also a good recap of like where I've been, what I've done, and where I need to go. So that was a good thing to do. And also, there's a few like masks. Like there's a Korok seed mask which helps you fight Korok seeds, which I need, and it's got the special horse armor, which let you which no, not that kind of horse armor.
Okay,
it came with the DLC. I didn't have to pay 5 squids extra for it. It lets you teleport your horse with you, which is very, very useful. And you can just press, down on the D-pad, you whistle for your horse and it just appears, boom, right next to you. Thanks very much. So I need that. And also the teleportation amulet, or whatever it is, teleportation thing, where you can kind of like plonk a spawn point on the ground, and you can go back to that anytime. Super useful for doing like certain like quests where it's like you talk to a guy and it says, bring me this or do this and come back here. And the thing that you have to do is like miles away. So you just like talk to the guy. He's like, all right, mate, you stay here, plonk the thing on the ground, do the thing he wants, and then just boom, walk back within seconds. Very useful. So yeah, I haven't. I had a quick, brief look at the Trials of the Sword thing. The actual meat and potatoes of that DLC. And yeah, that's hard. You know, starting off with nothing again. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into that once I've done all the shrines. And there's 120 shrines, right? Am I remembering that correctly? I think it's
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm on 90. So it's like, you know, the end is in sight. But going from like whatever it was, 40 shrines to 90 shrines, obviously I'm going ham on this game. Like, and during this kind of depressing time that we're going through at the moment, like, you know, Liam's going to the, you know, Animal Crossing world and, you know, living the idyllic life. But I really think the world that they made in Hyrule is like that for me, because like it's just such a beautiful game. I just forgot how amazing this game is, like how it looks and how much detail they put into everything. Like for how vast this game is. Can you guys hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You, all your videos froze.
That's you.
Okay. Like for how vast this game is, like how detailed everything is, it's just incredible. Like, you know, every town that you go to has just got so much stuff in it. Like so many people to talk to, so many things to do, so many kind of almost needless details in the game, but they're there just to kind of give it like just a feeling of place. You know, like I really appreciate that. It really is amazing to like visit any place in that world. And yeah, it was almost like being there day one on like Switch launch again. It was like the same kind of wow feeling just kind of came back to me. It was like, holy shit, this game is good. Why did I stop playing? But you know, other games came around. There have been other amazing games on Switch, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like the shrines that I've been really enjoying are like, you know, because there are shrines that you just find in the wild, you know, and probably the 40 odd that I found were like that. You just walk into it, you just like see it on the horizon and you go, I'm going to go there and get it. But the ones that I've been finding more recently are related to like little quests and stuff. Like you'll talk to a guy in a town and then a new quest will come up and it'll be a shrine quest. And you do the thing that he asks, and then the shrine will appear. Or you'll do some other kind of little tricky things, like like shooting the sun. Do you remember shooting the sun in Ocarina of Time?
Yeah,
with the fire arrow or whatever.
Right.
There are little things like that kind of unlock shrines. So there's loads of kind of very Zelda-y type little mini quests that you do to kind of unlock.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Well, I guess just to continue on with some Zelda talk. Actually, Lemonade had a comment here in the on the old YouTube. He says, "I have the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild waiting for me to play it. I haven't played the Switch version since finishing it 2 months after release." Yeah, I know I could kind of relate to that because I recently just bought the Wii U version myself. Just, you know, as one of those things is like, okay, when is this going to become so expensive that it's just, I don't want to shell out the money to buy it or something, you know? So this is like a collector's piece. I just picked up a Japanese version I found on like a reseller or something. But Liam, so I mean, obviously, I mean, you have a Switch and you probably played quite a bit of Breath of the Wild. Like, what's your story with Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, I love Breath of the Wild. It's probably, you know, my favorite Switch game. I would say still it's definitely the game on the Switch that I played the most.
Sure.
I remember, you know, it was one of those rare game experiences where I was absolutely glued to my Switch, my system for probably about 2 or 3 weeks. Well, actually a month even.
Yeah.
And I did start to replay it again a little while ago, but I got busy with other things, you know.
Yeah.
I would like to replay it someday. I didn't finish all the DLC. I did like the story stuff, but I didn't do that Trial of the Sword thing because that was kind of hard, and it was like I was kind of like, I'll do this someday, and I just put it off. But the original game is obviously amazing.
Yeah,
I feel like I've talked about it so much, but I can riff. I think something that might not get enough attention is just how impeccable the open world design is.
Yeah,
how seamlessly it is that you are discovering things. There's always something just beyond the horizon, some kind of unique phenomenon, like a dragon or something, or a Korok seed. There's always just something that'll catch your eye in the distance and has you going and going and going, and you can just wander. That is the magical thing about it. You can wander without it becoming daunting. Yeah. There's a sense of freedom, but you can feel that despite the scale of it, it's all been carefully crafted and designed meticulously. So it ends up just being this magical experience that has that Nintendo magic in spite of how huge it is. I think that was one of my concerns looking at some of the earlier footage. This looks kind of empty. Is there really stuff to do? But when you actually play the game, once you're actually in that world and wandering around, you're like, oh shit, what's this? What's this? What's this? There's always something going on.
Oh yeah.
Just in the corner of your eye. And there are so many secrets as well. I remember I played it for about 3 or 4 weeks before I discovered that there's a water kind of beach village.
That one.
Yeah,
south or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was in the north of the map somewhere, and it was kind of like a Polynesian themed, and I just totally not seen any of that whole area up until a month of me playing it, and it was like, wow, I'm still finding new places and things to do that far into the game, and that wasn't even the case with stuff like Skyrim,
Yeah.
So. It's great. The scale of it is ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, I had a similar thing. I'd played for 100 hours, beat the game, at least beat Ganon, and then I used that map feature that with the DLC, and I was like, okay, let me go to this general area, and I'll find stables that I hadn't come across somehow.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
I'm back, by the way. Sorry for that.
Welcome back.
had a hard crash on the old computer there.
Oh.
So where did I get cut off?
You were talking about Zelda.
Can you give me more of a hint what area I was talking about?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, maybe I've been cut off a while before realizing. So yeah, I was just saying that maybe just what you were saying now, Danny, the whole areas that I'd never seen before,
sure,
that I realized I'd never even been. It's how the hell did I miss a whole mountain with a dragon on top of it?
Yeah, like Liam just said too, just missing a whole completely, it's a village. It's what? It's insane.
Villages, that's easy enough to do, right? A village or a stable, that's easy enough to do. But a fucking mountain with a dragon on top, it's Jesus Christ. That's one of the shrine quests that I did. But yeah, I think the little shrine quests are quite interesting in that game. And like I said earlier, I hope I said earlier, there are lots of Zelda-y style puzzles and stuff to do around those things are really enjoyable. So the thing that I've been using, which has been super useful, I'm going to tell you guys now. There's a online checklist by zeldadungeon.net, which probably everyone has seen a screenshot of this because it lets you turn on and off things. Yeah. So you can turn on Korok seeds, for example, and it just goes boom. It's 900 Korok seeds on this map.
You can't even see anything else on the map.
Right. Yeah. Right. There's those things, but you can check them on and off.
Sure.
So I just been checking off the shrines that I've done, so I know how many are left to go and stuff. And just kind of seeing generally where shrines are, kind of helps speed things up, and that's been super useful. So, and if you register an account with them, then it saves your progress and stuff like that, so you can come back to it. Super useful. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go for the 120 and then start some of the DLC quests and stuff. But I don't know if I said before about 90 hours now, 90 odd hours, and this is going to be my second or third most played game ever, I think, which is kind of incredible because I didn't think any game could beat Smash or Splatoon or something, but we're getting up there now, so it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I thought that too, and then I was playing the guys on the show know, Liam, but Assassin's Creed came out on the Switch, the cloud version, and I don't know, I probably put I don't know, 130, 140, 150 hours or something into it. Just I really love it. It's really fun.
Yeah, overtook Zelda quite
easily.
I was
kind of surprised about that.
Yeah, amazing game, and really nice to come back to it, because it's like, the anniversary of Switch coming out. I wasn't planning it like that, but it just kind of turned out that the world went to shit round about the Switch's 3-year anniversary.
So I think if you have a Switch, it's not a bad time to be stuck indoors. It's sort of like it's sort of like the world has shoved our faces into our backlogs and been like,
exactly.
Get on with it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I
unfortunately have actually had to go into work, so I haven't had a lot of time to get into my backlog.
Go into work and do nothing.
Yeah. So
I don't know if are there more or less people saying like, when's the next Nintendo Direct? I'm hearing less of that, but I don't know. Maybe that's just because I muted a lot of people.
There was a big outcry. I saw it trending the other day because those people had sort of figured, there's not going to be one this month, and so they had a big cry about it. So I think they've got it out of their system for a little bit, but they're still counting how many days it's been since the last one or whatever. And I continue not to get that. There's plenty of games. Go on the eShop, find yourself something. There's plenty of indie games, even if you don't want like a first party Nintendo game. And even if you do, I mean, Animal Crossing's just come out, one of the biggest games of the year.
That was probably it, right? Because maybe Nintendo doing this on purpose.
That dude, like
Animal Crossing will come out, they'll just shut up and they'll forget about it.
Because this kind of gets into news of just a tad bit, but the Indie World Direct happened whatever last week, and then it was kind of like almost according to the rumors, it was like boom, that happened like the same day it said. And then I was thinking like, oh God, I want to do, we want to do a show this week. I hope the if there's a Nintendo Direct, I hope it's not the same time we're doing the show. But I mean, even at the same time, because it was saying, rumors for that were like March 26th. But I was like, man, that's really not giving Animal Crossing a lot of time to breathe. Because some people might still be on the fence about buying it or whatever. And if you see a video that talks about games that are going to be coming out in the future, if you have a limited budget for gaming, you'll probably be like, all right, well, I can only spend like a certain amount of money on games per year, so Animal Crossing you're gonna have to wait. But I don't know.
I think it's right that they gave Animal Crossing some room to breathe and let let that have the spotlight for a bit longer.
And the rest of them are playing Doom, so
right. Cool. Well, James, is that all you got, man? Or
I have no idea how much of my new business you heard, but let's just go with that.
We got to hear most of like what you said, man. And I mean, we kind of picked up right from where you left off and stuff. So, I mean,
like, why is no one moving?
Yeah, at first I noticed
like laughing at my hilarious jokes.
I noticed like you weren't moving, and I was like, okay, Anyway,
Rip in peace.
Right.
Okay. Next.
Speaking of ripping in pieces, Ty.
Hell yeah.
How about you go next with the old new business?
My new business. All right. So I think
are you seriously wearing that thing for the whole fucking episode, man?
Right? Yeah. Like I can't find any actual masks in the stores here, so I'm using this, which is 100% ineffective.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that from? Did you get that free with your Watch Dogs special edition?
No, this is a Killer Instinct promotional one. This is the Shadow Jago mask.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got it with your Orchid amiibo.
Orchid. Nice. I like it.
Sorry, in jokes. In jokes next. Come on.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so let's see, what idiot shit did I scribble down here? Oh yeah, you clued me onto the sale going on in the Switch store in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought fucking Guilty Gear Accent Core for 100 yen. Can you believe that?
What?
Wow.
It's one of the best video games ever made, and it's just sitting there for like $1.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Is this like take us through it? Is this like the one of the remix of the first one or something? Like, what is it?
Oh god. Man, don't make me start explaining Guilty Gear game name. I mean, it's fucking called Accent Core. It's like Okay, so there's the original Guilty Gear, which was the PlayStation 1 game. That's also on the Switch store for 100 yen. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I just grabbed Guilty Gear screens. For video viewers, you can see some screens that are probably going to be not exactly what Ty's talking about, but anyway.
Right,
whatever.
yeah, look up Guilty Gear
year?
X. Or Guilty Gear X2. That'll get you the screenshots you want.
Okay.
So, like, Guilty Gear X got, like, half a dozen updates, at least, over its life. And, so Guilty Gear Accent Core was, like, the last one they put out. It's like Guilty Gear Accent Core plus R, I think.
Or the
plus R type, yeah. But that also came out on like PS2, and it came out on the Wii for some reason. But you know, it's primarily an arcade game, and it is fucking awesome. Right? I booted it up just now. I had a look. It has all the features. It even has online play. I'm sure it has that awful F- net code.
Take your word for it.
But come on, it's 100 yen. It's a fucking amazing game.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
You're still not showing screenshots of it. This is Guilty Gear.
Danny's putting all the wrong
PS1.
We don't know, Ty. It all looks the same.
Jesus Christ. All right, well you guys must have 100 yen, right? Just buy it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you to buy it right now while we're talking.
Can you play this game with split Joy-Cons?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
It's like a 5-button game. It's like,
ooh, that's rough.
It's like you can do it. I wouldn't recommend it, but yeah, you can do it.
Right.
You're gonna try it though, right? For the science.
Yeah. I mean, like I booted up just now in just like the handheld mode, and I'm like, okay, this works. It's got all the cool stuff. Like it has like a kind of a unique story mode where you play a few fights, and like depending on what you do in the fight, depends how the story branches. Sometimes you have to do some kind of hidden stuff, or not. It's fun, but it also has just the regular arcade mode and like the MOM mode, which I'm not going to explain.
Okay.
Mom mode. You play with your mother.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
Yes.
That's what it is. Oh, and the fucking amazing soundtrack. One of the finest video game soundtracks ever made.
Yeah, I do find that, you know, obviously editing the show for a while, you know, trying to find tracks to put in between like our audio version of the show and stuff. It's, you know, Guilty Gear stuff. You really can't go wrong there.
Yeah, so fucking good. Holy shit.
So you were saying before the show, like, buy it as just like a jukebox?
Yeah.
Well, you could actually use the Switch as like an audio, like a portable audio player, right? Just put your headphones in, put the Switch in your pocket. There you go.
That's legit. Like I'd forgotten like where the music thing was, because I thought I'd go into options. Where's the music? It's like, no, it's like the top level menu is like the music mode.
Huh.
Like right next to like, you know, arcade, online, whatever.
They really want you to listen to that music.
Get on that. It's so good.
Cool. 100 yen though. 100 yen though. Come on, bit steep.
100 yen. Let's go.
I'll get you 4 games for that price, mate. More on that later.
Yeah. But there were some other Ark System works on the shop for 100 yen. So there's the old vanilla Guilty Gear, which Danny was just showing us, the obscure PlayStation 1 game. What else is on there? Double Dragon 4. I got that. I played it for about 30 seconds before the show.
Okay.
I'm a busy man.
Yeah, yes.
I was busy playing this fucking Ark System mobile game that was on there.
Mobile?
All right, so there's this fucking game called Eat, Beat, Dead Spike.
Okay.
And
is this on the eShop you're talking about, or like?
Yeah.
What? Okay,
and it's basically Donkey Konga with like Blaze Blue characters and Blaze Blue music.
What?
Yeah, I before the show, you know, I didn't know what you were talking about. You said like Blaze Blue Konga. I was like, I don't even know what to look for this, man. I'm sorry.
Blaze Blue Konga, yeah. Put that in the fucking Google search.
Yeah, like I don't know what this fucking game. Like, okay, so it just plays like Taiko or Donkey Kong or whatever. You know, it's just this these notes come right to left, and you hit like left or right on them. And oh boy, here we go. No,
this isn't it. But this is the Blaze Blue.
Yeah, that's Blaze Blue.
Yeah.
Ark System Works cooked Blaze Blue up when they thought they had lost the rights to Guilty Gear Forever, but it turns out they didn't.
Yeah, dude, Ty, I think you would appreciate this, but I remember the first time I ever even heard or even saw Blaze Blue, was I at TGS? I was maybe TGS or some other kind of a gaming show, like in 2008 or something, and like, yeah, it was here in Japan, and I went with a friend, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Blaze Blue," and I was like, "What the hell is this?" You know.
Well, the first thing you said, isn't it Blaz Blue?
Right.
Right. So, it's this goofy little music game. I guess it was designed for mobile phones over several lunch breaks at Ark System.
Okay.
And it was ported to the Switch. And
okay.
You know, you can get it for $1, and it includes like all the the pay add-on stuff that was in the mobile version. So you just get like all the songs at once. Get all of them, and they're all Blaze Blue songs.
Huh.
Yep.
Nice. Wow. So Arc System Works have got like just a big sale on all their games.
Yeah. I don't know if it's all their games, but there's a lot of games for sale, and I think I've bought pretty much all of them.
Huh, nice.
Yeah. So it's a good time to have 500 yen on your fucking account.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Nice. A lot of fighting games for under $5.
Yeah, that's a steal, man.
Yeah, I mean, so now that Guilty Gear Accent Core is on Switch, it's probably the best fighting game on Switch.
Wow.
Free.
The big words. We'll just let that one slide, shall we? Okay.
Yeah.
No,
and it probably has better netcode than Smash Brothers.
Oh, probably.
Maybe. Doesn't have items though, so it doesn't not a real fighting game.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool story. It's got Faust, he throws items. They're RNG.
Okay.
Right. And I've also been playing the fuck out of another fucking mobile game that I cannot disclose at this time.
Okay.
Ooh, secrets.
I'll let you know how that goes.
Okay.
So that's what I've been playing, besides Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
Mostly just been busy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've been kind of still keeping an eye out for Dead by Daylight sales in the Japanese eShop. That ain't coming anytime soon, probably. So
yeah, 5% off.
Yeah. No, but you know, for me, I'll go ahead and kind of close this out with new business. I don't have a lot of stuff to talk about, but if you've been paying attention to our YouTube channel and stuff, you've probably seen an influx of baseball stuff. And I'm not gonna. I know that most of the people that listen to the show don't give a shit about baseball, so I'm not gonna bore you with RBI Baseball 20 talk. If you want to see some more about that stuff, just check out the YouTube. Check out the our website to see some stuff about that. If you like the baseballs. Yeah, and actually a game I just picked up the other night per James and also a friend of the show, Scott, who was on last time. I picked up Cities Skylines on the Switch.
Okay. Neat.
You actually bought it. Wow.
Yeah.
I was actually doing that for Scott, not you. But
yeah, because because you said like, oh, it's like 1,200 yen, and it's usually like 5,100. Like basically went down from like $50 down to like 10. So I was like, okay, cool. This sale's gonna be on for a couple of days. It's fine. And I looked at the eShop, and it's like the sale is ending in like an hour and a half. And I was like, God damn it.
Yeah. the other eShops don't do that, do they? Like have like a countdown of how many hours, days, and stuff, right?
They don't, as far as I've noticed. I mean, the North American one doesn't. I don't think the European one does.
Liam, have you ever seen that on the eShop? Like a countdown?
No, I've never noticed that before.
Yeah, it must be a Japanese thing then.
Yeah, because it if it's days, it'll say like X amount of days like underneath the game, and if it's hours, it's like, yo, you got like just a very limited time to do this. So yeah, I bought it. I haven't had a chance to actually play it yet. Maybe this weekend.
Well, it worked on you, didn't it? If you put like only 1 hour left, it's bound to.
I mean, like, who knows when it's going to be on sale again? Who knows if it's even any good on the Switch? I played the hell of it on my Mac back in like 2016. Actually, Scott, he had bought me a copy, kind of like an early Christmas present back then. I freaking loved it. It's like SimCity, like how it should be. So looking forward to seeing if it works well on the Switch. But
yeah, I was going to say that now you can play it with half the frame rate.
Yeah,
let us know how it goes.
Yeah, the thing about that game, it's not just like graphics, it's like what the game is doing once your city gets larger and larger. Like there's so much stuff that's going on in the city. Like there are individual people that are kind of walking around and have their daily schedules, and like buses going around, there are trains and stuff like that. So there's just a bunch of shit that the game is doing. Kind of like you're growing this brain to this point where it's just massive, and then your system, like even Scott, like he has a really kick-ass PC, but it still can chug if you have like a really huge city. But
just goes to blue screen of death after a while on the Switch.
Yeah, can't wait. Actually, something I wanted to ask you guys too, just about the Switch in general. So like I've noticed on my Switch recently, like every single time that I turn it on, like within maybe the first minute of like when I boot up a game, the fan starts going kind of crazy. Like I can audibly hear it like sitting on the other side of the room.
Like upon startup, upon like from nothing to on?
Starting up a game. Like if I'm actually starting up a game, doesn't matter what game it is. Have you guys experienced anything like that?
Not yet.
I don't turn on my Switch ever, so no.
Okay. Liam, how about you, man? It's like you're still good to go?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope my Switch isn't biting the dust in the middle of everything that's going on, because those replaceable units are,
they're closing down all the repair centers, aren't they? There's no repairs at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got the Animal Crossing Switch.
Oh,
nice.
Just got the limited edition. Very nice. Yes.
Cool.
That's your second Switch?
Well, it's the third one we have here, but my girlfriend's got one, I've got one, and now we have this third one and that we fight over, so that's good.
You got the account sharing thing going on or something?
No, to be honest, it's mostly his, so she's claimed it already.
There you go.
Yeah, but anyway, sorry. One game I wanted to talk a little bit about was actually the old classic that just came out on the Switch, and that is Doom 64. I have the Japanese version, as you can see here if you're watching the video. It's a game, like, honestly, I didn't really play a lot back in the day. It was just one of those things, like, I played over at a buddy's house, and, you know, my parents sure as hell wouldn't let me, like, have a game like that in my house with all the violence and, you know, stuff like that. But
Jesus will not like you.
He will not.
Not like that.
Yes. I mean, do you guys have experience with Doom 64? Did you guys play it back in the day? Or?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I never bought it. Wasn't it kind of like old? #old at that point? Like even back then, like Doom was kind of
quite outdated.
It felt a little bit like, wasn't like Half-Life out at that point or something? I think I was playing Half-Life.
Not yet, but all the characters in the game are 2D, you know, they're still 2D sprites. Yeah. So like in screenshots, they look super pretty, but like in action they look kind of, you know, stiff, kind of under animated, because they have basically like the same amount of movement frames as the old Doom characters. So
yeah,
I think a lot of people felt let down when they played it for the first time.
Yeah,
especially how hyped up it was to be super pretty. And I mean, it's a pretty game.
Yeah, it's weird because like this came out around or maybe even slightly after the original Turok on the 64, which if you think about that, that's like full 3D, you know, shooters. And like with Doom, old school Dooms, you know, on the PC, and then Doom 64, it's all very horizontal. There's really no, or I'm sorry, horizontal. There's no like vertical. There's no verticality, obviously, when you're shooting. You're just kind of just, you know, going from left to right. If a guy's even above you, if you just shoot in his general direction, you're gonna nab his ass. But
just like classic Doom, it auto aims up and down for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that was probably. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Turok either, but like comparing the two, you know, Doom did look a little bit kind of antiquated.
Yeah. One of my favorite YouTubers who does like he reviews, like he's almost reviewed every single N64 game. Glenn Plant, another UK guy. It's funny, like he said, for the Christmas that like GoldenEye came out, because you know Doom came out that year too. He was really disappointed because he didn't get GoldenEye that year for Christmas. Instead, he got Doom 64.
Wow!
But like at the same time, he was like, if he wouldn't have gotten that for that Christmas instead of GoldenEye, he probably would have never played it. And he really liked it. I mean, yeah, it's limited in some ways, but at the same time, too, it's really solid, like really solid level design, challenging. It sure as hell isn't easy. Yeah, and it's basically kind of seems to me like old school Doom, like perfection. I don't know if that's like overstepping anything there, but
it's considered by a lot of people to be one of the best single player Doom games.
Yeah.
Were you just playing the Nintendo 64 version? Because I know they've like re-released it on everything now.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, I got I bought the Switch version. Yeah. These screens that we're showing it. These are mine.
But Danny does also on the original cartridge, which he was flashing earlier.
Yeah,
I noticed that. That was why I was confused. I was like, is he playing on?
Sorry, I just assumed that everybody knew. But yeah, sorry, Liam.
Plus, there are a lot of re-releases put onto cartridges like these days, right? Like you can buy like Turok is on. You can buy that, right? On a cartridge.
Played it on my Xbox.
Yeah, I mean. There are some limited run games does some stuff like they did Shadows of the Empire and Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I don't know if Doom actually got like an actual N60 or I'm sorry, Turok got an actual N64 re-release, but I can guarantee if you're looking on eBay or something, I don't know about right now, but at one point earlier in the year, you could find all sorts of repro carts, coming out of China and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like as a collector, you kind of got to be careful when you're looking around for that stuff, but yeah. Thankfully, here in Japan, you usually don't have. That's usually not that big of an issue.
Right.
But, yeah. Anyways, I just finished up a review for the game, kind of talking mainly about gameplay and also kind of getting into a little bit of kind of like when the game was released here in Japan and kind of talking about the Japanese version and stuff. So
20 years in the making. Finally, a review of Doom 64.
Right. Right. So, man, I love this stuff. And then Night Dive Studios is the developer, or I'm sorry, the developer that kind of helped put together this version of the game on the Switch. And also, they worked on like Turok and Turok 2. They're working on remaking that Blade Runner game from like the PC or whatever.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, we were talking about that last episode.
Did we talked about that last episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
So yeah, anything that like these guys touch, it's freaking awesome. I mean, even with like those old Turok games when they remade it on the Switch, I mean, they made it very modern because you could use the right analog stick to aim completely, and it's fantastic. And it's the same here too. There's even like gyro that you can use. It doesn't really matter so much because you're not really going like up and down. But
what? So you're just like tilting it left and right to strafe or whatever?
You can for just for aiming the gun.
Okay. I was talking about Doom.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird on that, but I mean, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that those guys really know what they're doing when it comes to redoing these old games because they kind of like do it warts and all. They don't like take something out of the game. Well, maybe if something was like completely broken or something, maybe they kind of fix that. But it very much stays in line with the original versions of the games and stuff. So I think that's pretty cool.
Very nice.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's what I've been playing. So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for new business. So we're going to go ahead and move on to a little bit of now playing at thefamicast.com. All right, so now playing at Famicast.com. We always got lots of stuff going up on the website, on our YouTube, all that type of stuff. And James, how about you go ahead and just kind of kick things off here?
Alrighty. Well, we recorded it last week. It is another exciting episode of Happy Smile Super Challenge Famicast Wish Show, our fabulous quiz show podcast. We did that with one of our patrons, Chris. And if you now listen to this before, it's basically 4 quizzes. We kind of quiz each other, so we can get like maximum of 60 points. But if you listen, then you can do all 4 quizzes and try and get 80 points. The best you can do. Mm-hmm. And actually, I forgot to add this on. But oh no, I did add it on. Yeah. Okay, I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, mm-hmm. Danny.
What the heck? So, like I said, kind of at the beginning of my new business, if you like the baseballs, Got lots of different videos for RBI Baseball 20 up on the site. Reviews going up for Doom 64. You can check that out. Something I put together last week. It's like a tour of my dungeon / game room, whatever you want to call it.
Right. The room that you're in now, right?
Yeah, this room that I'm in now. And as I was like editing the video, my wife kind of saw it and she's like, "Man, you made that room look like it's humongous," because this room is really, really freaking tiny. But
right.
Anyways, yeah,
room closet.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, check that out if you like taking a look at like retro stuff and just random like gaming memorabilia and stuff like that. You probably won't be disappointed.
You probably should have taken the dildos down.
Oh no, man, that's for added effect. It's okay. All right, and Ty, what do you got, man?
Oh, in the works, a new volume of Games That Made Us, starring me.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and man, you remember the last one I had? It was like some extremely cursed like VIC 20 and Commodore games.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. Now we'll be getting into some extremely cursed NES games.
Cool.
Nice. Hopefully they're all licensed games.
Right.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to mention is that during this these troubling times that we're all in right now, we have gone ahead and made the first episode of all of our Patreon exclusive podcasts available for free. So yeah, this is just a kind of a gesture because everyone's locked indoors and probably just playing video games, listening to podcasts. So we thought we would just give you guys a present. So yeah, this is available for anyone. If you go to our website, famicast.com, and there's a page on there, and I think it's just called podcasts, whatever, parcel of goodness, care package.
Yeah.
And there's links to the first episode of all 8 of our Patreon exclusive shows. You can listen to episode 1 of the Super Challenge quiz show. You can listen to Sound Test, our music show, Screen Time, the movie show, Ty's Champion Edition, everything. So yeah, go ahead. There's probably literally hours and hours of podcasts right there.
Yep.
So please enjoy. That's it. You don't have to give us anything. That's it. Completely free. Enjoy.
$0.
Yeah.
As opposed to 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
People haven't got any money to spend on podcasts in these days, Ty.
Yeah.
They're living in cardboard boxes under bridges.
Eating garbage. Feed him the garbage.
So are we.
Yes. All right.
Then. All of this and more.
More. Famicast.com.
Never interrupt me, Danny. Never interrupt me.
Famicast.gov.
Actually, James, I think it's a certain time of the show, something that you know what time it is.
It's Japanese.
There it is. Japanese. That's right, folks. It's the old Japanese. That's where we go through all of the latest news and happenings that are going around in the world of Nintendo and Japan, probably. So
we've got Liam Robertson on the show, Mr. Unseen 64, Mr. knows all the secrets about everything. So he might drop some nuggets in there that we don't know about. But
we'll see.
Right then. So yeah, first we're going to talk about Indie World, yeah.
Yeah. And before we get into the nitty gritty, I thought this was kind of interesting because, I remember when it kind of just like slipped under my radar. I think I checked Twitter at night. It was like almost 1 a.m, and it was like, "Oh, Indie World's starting in 5 minutes," and I was like, "What the? Oh God, okay. Well, I'm not watching this now." But
yeah.
But I did notice that the Japanese Indie World Twitter account was actually like tweeting about this stuff. Like they were tweeting, like kind of retweeting stuff. And then they later went on to basically tweet out, well, I'm putting up something on the screen right now just so you can kind of see, but if you're watching the video version. But then like what they did after doing this initial tweet, they actually went through like different trailers and kind of had like little explanations and talked about kind of when the games were expected to come along too, which I thought that was pretty cool because this wasn't on like Nintendo's like website. This was just only on their Twitter. So on the Indie World Japan Japanese Twitter account. So
it's not even the Nintendo NCL account.
No, at least unless they retweeted it or something. I don't think so.
Are any of these trailers available in Japanese? Do you know? Or these...
I didn't actually click in on any of the trailers.
Okay.
I think they were just the trailers that were already available from like the North American, like the Western side of things. So,
alrighty.
Yeah. Anyway, thought that was cool.
Nice. Okay. Are we gonna get into it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was like,
Right, okay.
What the hell is happening?
I was just putting up some screenshots of the first game.
Okay.
Which
James,
is this one is called Blue something. Shit, I already forgot now. It's called Blue Fire.
Yep. Well, are we okay? Because I was thinking that we probably won't go through each and every single one of these.
No. These are the ones that caught my eye.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So yeah, this one. Do you remember seeing this one?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's like it's kind of like it's a platformer, 3D platformer, but it's got like wall jumps.
Yeah.
And it's like super fast paced. It's like a cute little ninja guy, I guess. But yeah, look at this, it's cool. It's got like cool boss battles and stuff.
He's got air dashes.
Yeah, it's got air dashes and stuff like that. Here it is, Blue Fire by Roby Studios, Graffiti Games.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I mean, with this game too, it seemed like this is the main one that it seemed like it had more gameplay in the trailer than like anything else, really.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was just purely like in-game stuff. It wasn't like in-game cutscenes or anything. It was just like in-game like footage. They were like really proud of like what they've done, and they should be. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. Liam, Danny, Ty, have you got anything else that stood out for you guys?
Yeah, I like the art style. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Wind Waker. At least the character looks a bit like Toon Link. You know, that's a bit of a vague thing to say, but that's kind of what it reminded me of. And yeah, it looks cool. There was a lot of things that caught my eye in this whole thing. The game after this one, I think it was the one that really caught my eye. Something called Baldo. Did you see that?
Ooh, that's actually what I was gonna talk about too. But yeah, man, I'm gonna put up some screens and stuff right now. But yeah, go for it.
Amazing.
Yeah. Just an interesting kind of Studio Ghibli-esque art style. Looks a bit like a isometric Zelda kind of thing. It's not entirely clear what it is. They said it's an RPG, but it looks like the combat is in real time, and yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah, super detailed. Really, like lots of stuff going on. I like it.
Yeah, me too. And this, like you guys said, I mean, the characters, like the world and stuff like that. That just how colorful everything is too. It really does look like you're playing an anime, and it's like an Italian studio. And I remember they were kind of talking. It's like, yeah, at least I think they were, unless I'm just making this up. But I think they said like, we really enjoyed like Japanese animation and stuff growing up, so we kind of wanted to make something in that same vein. So this looks like a pretty damn meaty game too. I mean. So I'm hoping that this is going to come soon and not when I have something else to play, like for review or something, Yeah,
I'm going to have to finish up Breath of the Wild because I think there's a little bit of an overlap here. There's like kind of similar vibes going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of games in this presentation that looked really quite high budget.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a far cry from the days about like 10 years ago when there used to be all these kind of like negative sort of stereotypes and people who'd sort of shrug off indie games as being they're all 2D pixel art type thing. People would be very dismissive of them, but it's hard to be that way nowadays when you have games that look every bit as good as something made by, I don't know, EA or whatever.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean, I honestly can't think of any game that I saw during this whole presentation where I thought like, man, that looks stupid, or anything like that. Everything looked, like if I had all of the time in the world, then it would be freaking fantastic to be a gamer. But unfortunately, that's not the case. But
it may be the case very soon here.
It's true. That's very true. I mean, yeah. We'll see.
This was another one that caught my eye, and I think Ty would like the name of this game.
Oh,
yes. Is it Mark?
Even better.
No, this is called I Am Dead.
Oh, cool.
So we don't have an exact release date. Do we have any release date for Baldo, by the way?
I think that was just summer.
Okay. So yeah, I Am Dead is like one of those really kind of chunky, kind of like what do you call it? What do you call this art style? Not
Infographic.
Quite. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it reminds me of a game on Wii U, which showed off like one of those indie. You actually could play a demo of it during E3. I can't remember what it's called. Something World. Anyway, it's like super colorful.
Mad World, boom.
Mad World, yeah, nailed it. But this one, like, you can basically go into anything and like possess stuff, I guess. Like you can just move around, like clip through walls wherever you want.
Yeah. Gameplay is kind of confusing. I really didn't know like what was going on, you know, but
bit hard to explain, I guess. Yeah. But it just looked really interesting. I like maybe a bit of Geist in there, Danny. Right?
Ah, yes. First person shooter I didn't play.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But you know how you can kind of go into anything.
Yeah. Dead Rats, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Ty, did you see anything in this direct, or did you get a chance to check it out, man?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
What was the thing that you just said?
Bark.
Oh, Bark.
Bark. It's called Bark.
Is it the side shooter game?
Yes, it's the shmup game with the funny dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like
in the thing. It's at 5 minutes 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's like a R-type for dogs.
Yeah, and it has 4-player in it.
Yeah, the 4-player shooter. Okay.
Yeah, which made me like remember one of my favorite shmup games, which is actually like it was a free 4-player game. It was on Xbox 360, like right at launch. What was that game called? It was
Perfect Dark Zero.
I guess, or Aegis, something like that. And it was cool as fuck. Like just because it was 4-player.
Okay.
And
okay.
Yeah, it's giving me that kind of vibe. Plus, I do like the picture of the funny dog.
Yeah, it looked cute, and it definitely seemed kind of like family friendly. If your family are like insane and like to play what appear to be extremely hard games, but
hey, that's my family.
Yeah, you gotta get good one of these days, right?
Hey, Mom, you like bullet hell games, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay, next one that I wanted to look at.
Sure.
It's kind of annoying when Nintendo do this. Like they show like two really cool looking games, but like they're very, very similar.
Yeah.
So doesn't this one remind you of Baldo? It's like
kind of
colorful.
Yeah.
Except you playing as a little girl. So this one is called Summer in Mara, and this is come out. That's spring. Isn't that now? So maybe it's, I don't know, soon / being delayed because of everything that's going on right now, but I don't know.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, I think it's more like what's it called? That I played one of these games. It's like almost like Animal Crossing, or it's like Animal Crossing and Zelda kind of mashed together. I played one of these games. I reviewed one of these games. I forgot what it's called now.
Yonder.
Yeah, Yonder, the Cloud Catcher Chronicles. Yeah. And there's another one like Porsche, something like that. Right? Yeah. It's kind of one of those, I think. It looks beautiful. It looks better than Yonder, I think. And that little backpack that she's got on is a kind of a Switch exclusive, as you can probably tell. Yeah. They talked about that. But yeah, really cool world, and you can do farming and building stuff as well as adventuring. Yeah. So yeah, there it is. Summer in Mara. Looks pretty cool.
All right. Well, was there anything else that stood out to anybody that you wanted to talk about, or?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Ty.
Go for it.
Right. Just way back at the end there's this game. What's it called? Skyrocket, I think it was.
Oh, Skyrocket. Okay. There's another one. There's one called Sky.
Oh, Sky Racket.
Sky Racket. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I see. They got little tennis rackets, and they're hitting tennis balls, but it's a fucking shmup game. What's happening?
Okay. You like shmups? I get it. We get it.
Yeah, and have a look at that animation. right? It's like it's not like just pixel art. It's like really like 90s arcade style pixel art. Like it reminds you of that animator Paul Robertson. It looks like something he would make.
Liam, any relation?
No, no. Although my dad is called Paul Robertson.
Oh, that's
wow.
interesting. Is he a
Pixel artist?
famous animator?
I'm afraid he isn't. No.
Are you sure?
Are you
100% sure.
We can never be too sure about these things.
Yeah, so
I guess.
that game is on my radar right now.
Cool.
Well, when Ty said Sky, I thought he was talking about the actual game called Sky, which is by that game company people.
Like
That
a video game
the
by a
Journey.
game company.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made Journey and the other game.
No Man's Sky. No, you're not talking about the No
No,
Man's
no,
Sky
no.
guys.
No, that's different. That's Hello Games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's Sky. So it's basically like Journey, but like in the but you're flying. It's like little bird people.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
For a second, it reminded me of that cancelled Capcom 5 game, Dead Phoenix.
Dead Phoenix.
Liam, you probably know more about that than all of us. Cancelled games, your thing?
Yeah, now you're speaking my language. Dead Phoenix.
Dead Phoenix.
I don't think there's really much to know about that, but yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah.
There was like 4 seconds of video of that, right?
Yeah, there's like a trailer. I think that's about a minute long. It looked kind of cool, but I remember back in the day there was all this speculation that for some reason there was speculation that Nintendo had acquired it and was going to turn it into a Kid Icarus game.
Right.
That was it. Yeah.
But this was years before Uprising, and when people still wanted that, they still wanted their Kid Icarus reboots.
Gritty reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that video that you made. That was awesome.
Cool, thank you.
They yeah, I mean, was that game company? I don't think that the game company is called That Game Company, Danny. I know it's very confusing for you.
Wait, which one is it?
I think it's the first one that they've done on a Nintendo console.
Okay.
It's, it's kind of a big deal, That game company is making a Nintendo game. Woohoo.
Cool.
And the other one the one that Danny is probably talking about is The Last Campfire, right?
Yeah, it looked okay. I mean, I'd honestly rather have No Man's Sky on the Switch.
From the creators of No Man's Sky comes The Last Campfire.
Yeah, it looks cute. It looks fine. It'd probably be pretty fun to play.
It's a very emotional trailer, this one.
Yeah. The music was pretty, emotionally draining. It's like, okay, I'm trying to go to bed here, guys.
Yeah. Hello Games, yeah. That's it. The people who make it. Yeah, another kind of, cutesy adventure game. Nintendo like to do that, shove 3 or 4 games that have a very similar look to them in the same direct, so you can never remember which one's which.
Right.
Brilliant. And that's coming in summer this year. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
Take everything with a pinch of salt these days.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Things have changed even since this indie direct.
Yeah, no kidding.
The other one is Sweary's game. I mean, we've known about Sweary's game for a while, right?
Kind of. Have we?
The Good Life.
Okay.
Like he's had it on. Did we talk about it? Or maybe this was like in the Discord chat. But basically, Sweary. Where is I got it? There he is.
Yeah.
On the right.
He might be a stuffed gorilla. We don't know.
It's funny because Japanese guy living in Osaka, and he makes a game about living in a British village. It's kind of like makes me wonder: has he spent a lot of time in England?
He's never stepped a foot outside Japan.
Or did he? Right? Or maybe just had someone on staff who's from England and looked at photos or something. I don't know.
A gorilla.
Yeah, The Good Life. So it's like another adventure game, I guess. This is more like I guess a puzzle-based one, I'm assuming.
Everybody turns into cats and dogs at night and stuff.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
That's coming sometime this year.
Right.
Not to be confused with This Good Life.
Same
which
thing.
Which Liam might be the only person who recognizes this photo.
Yeah.
Different Good Life.
Yeah.
Is this from that video that you sent earlier, James? With the
No. This
no.
Like one of those guys looks familiar.
Another cornerstone of British culture.
Yeah, it is.
This is the 1970s sitcom called The Good Life. This is a 2020 video game called The Good Life. Totally different.
So then localized to America as Happy Days.
That's right. Nailed it.
Cool.
I think that was
anything else catch you guys fancy? Anything else you guys liked?
No.
Quantum League was that first person shooter.
A thing where you're like it takes copies of yourself and
yeah, like you clone yourself and you kind of go back in time and then you kind of rewind and then play it again. But this time your previous person is as a clone in the arena.
So like with that, does that one thing I wasn't clear about it and I watched it like a couple of times. Does that mean there's like basically kind of like a mini army of you versus a mini army of like your opponent, or like?
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know how many times you can clone yourself, but you know.
Yeah, because it looked like from what it was looking like, it looked like you can have several versions of yourself out there at the same time. So I was thinking like, okay,
maybe, yeah. Or maybe because you got 4 people on each team, maybe it just seems like there's a lot of things going on at once.
Okay, true.
Right? Yeah. Okay, cool. What else is on the news?
Well, just one other little bit here, and this is something that actually pretty relevant to Japan. So Animal Crossing New Horizons actually sold through 1.88 million units in Japan in just the first 3 days. And this news is coming from Famitsu. And the previous game that held like this 3-day title or whatever, if you will, that was a Pokemon Sword and Shield. And they sold roughly over like basically about like 1.4 million units or something in a 3-day period. So, I mean, given that this game is Animal Crossing and that it's the Switch and Japan, I mean, it just seems like the desire for this game has just been kind of like fever pitch, for quite a while now. So,
we haven't done Famitsu's Most Wanted for a while, but I think this game has been on the Most Wanted list for a while, right? And
sometimes I kind of thumb through like at the convenience store or something, and just kind of like look at that, and I think I remember seeing that on there several times.
But that's the thing where the writers, the readers can write in their most requested game, and they kind of add them up each week, right? Yeah. I wonder what that is now. Now that that's out, I wonder what the most anticipated Switch game is, because like for a while it was Dragon Quest 11. That's out now. Animal Crossing, that's out. Pokemon, that's out. I wonder what the number 1 game is now. It's interesting.
Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, that's probably
Final Fantasy 7 remake Cloud Edition.
Cloud Edition, on the Switch.
Yeah, can't wait. Cool.
All
right,
well, Liam, you got any secrets you want to spill or tip us off with something, or just leave us hanging?
I'm trying to think if there's anything that you might find particularly interesting. Not really, to be honest. It's all kind of quiet right now, as you would expect.
I got something.
I guess one thing I could say is just like there are more Capcom ports on the way to the Switch from their back catalog. Stuff that you might expect. I've heard about more Devil May Cry. You could probably work out which one would be coming over. And there are quite a few things on their way. There are certain talks going on there about what could be next. And
well, we had the rumor of we probably should have added this on, Danny, the cloud version of remakes.
Oh, right. Yeah, of 3 and 2, right?
Well, 3 was the one that got brought up, but I'm assuming they would do 2 as well, right?
Well, not necessarily. Biohazard Resident Evil we're talking about here too, folks, just in case.
Yeah. Is that a Japan only thing?
I mean, because there's, I mean, as James knows, because he played it. I mean, there is some, history with Capcom working with, a cloud-based company to bring Resident Evil 7 to the cloud in Japan. And that was one of the games that you can actually play, like even if you're outside of Japan, you can play it. And then starting with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, they kind of locked that shit down. So you had to be in Japan. But I mean, honestly, if you're trying to play that in like the middle of North America where your internet might be shit and you're connecting to servers in Japan, it's probably not going to make for an optimal experience.
If you go to YouTube and search for Resident Evil 7 Switch, it's just tons of videos of like I couldn't even get the title screen to load more than 2 frames a second. And then right under that is our video where it's like
like 100 videos under that you'll find ours.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing, because we're such a small channel. It's like all these videos of people not playing it, and then like number 150 is our video footage of us actually playing it. And smoothly.
So did you guys? How was that? Was it playable?
It was flawless for me in Japan on a good connection. Yeah. It was flawless, but you have to be in Japan for that.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Playing Resident Evil 7 on a Switch, it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that cloud provider, there's a company called Ubitus, and they've done Resident Evil, Assassin's Creed, and I think Phantasy Star Online version 2 or whatever. And all that's like cloud-based stuff. And as long as you have a decent connection and it's fine. I mean, it's even better if you're running your Switch on a wired connection and stuff. It's great. Yeah, it's something that could definitely work out here, given the infrastructure and like all that type of stuff. Even like mobile and stuff, and thinking like 5G, like different carriers are doing like 5G networks and stuff like that. So if you have a 5G phone and can tether to your Switch, then hey man, you could play like that cloud game anywhere you go. But yeah,
Ty's going to be playing the next Killer Instinct game on his 5G connection, right?
Yeah,
over the cloud.
Over the cloud.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if the Capcom will bring Street Fighter 4 or 5 to Switch. Ty, did you have something?
Oh no, never mind.
Okay. That'll play some hot news off the press. Okay.
No, everything's canceled.
Okay.
Like all the fucking fighting game tournaments and everything, are all canceled, and if they're not, they will be.
Yes. All right.
Yeah. Very much. Isolated.
James, I hear a little bit of rustling in the trash. I think you need to get something out of there.
That's right. That's right, boys. It's around about the time in the episode where I bring out my big bag of garbage
and feed it to Ty
and see.
Yeah, hell yeah, we're like a bunch of video game raccoons digging through the
because we are going to dig through the bottom of the bin, the bottom of the barrel, and look for the very cheapest games on the Nintendo eShop. And I'm going to get you as many amazing games for the grand total of $1, not a cent over. Okay, so if you're looking for games to play during this isolation period, I'm your man. I've got it. I hope you're going to note these down, Liam. Right? You're going to buy every single one of these games I tell you, right?
I have actually bought one of these like really cheap games before.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I bought one called like Bouncy Bob or something like that.
Oh man, that has been featured on this very part of the show. Absolutely.
I've never played it to this day, but I definitely have it somewhere.
It's there for a rainy day, man.
So, okay. So we may have crashed the system. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I haven't crashed
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Oh shit, has my Switch crashed? What the hell?
What the hell?
That would suck.
This is what happens when you take out the trash.
Yeah, well, I wanted to show you Drawful 2. That's $10 down to 9 cents.
Wow.
Right? That's incredible. Sorry, we're having a bit of trouble with the video there. So I'm going to have to load it up again.
You're fine.
Drawful 2, that's like a Pictionary type game, yeah?
Okay.
And it would be great if we could actually see that. Has anyone played Drawful or Drawful 2?
No.
Nope.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
What's Drawful 2?
Well, it might be awful.
Hey.
Well, you played Pictionary, right?
Who?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yes.
You got me worried. I thought that was like a
Sorry,
British game. Okay, I've got it back here for you now. So yeah, Drawful 2 is $10 down to 9 cents.
Woo!
And it's from the team behind You Don't Know Jack.
Okay, those guys.
Yeah. So yeah, basically it's various party games that you can play. This must be because of the coronavirus pandemic, right? They're putting this down to 9 cents so everyone can buy it here. It's one of those kind of party games that you play with your family.
Right.
You can play banjo lessons, digging with a banjo. What the hell is this? What is this? Fibbage, quiplash, all those kind of things. Yeah, I would say get that. Let me see here. There's another Cosmonauta, which sounds Russian.
Right. Is the official language is just like Russian and English.
Yeah, this is done by Q-Byte Interactive. It's very simple 2D platformer kind of dealy.
Okay.
And it looks like it was made in Microsoft Paint. There's always one of these games.
Right.
There's always one of these Microsoft Paint style games.
Yeah. If you keep going down the list, you'll find at least 5 to 10 or something like that. So
right? Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I would say throw that in the bag. Just what the hell? It's only 9 cents. So 2 games, 18 cents. Sorry, you do the math.
Sorry, I teach English. I don't do math.
Good point. Okay, I'll try again with the video here. This is what it looks like.
Okay.
Beautiful, right?
Oof.
Level 30's got at least. It used to be 99 cents, which we wouldn't have been able to put in the bag because that would have, could only get 1 game then, right?
Right. It looks like something you'd find in like computer labs in schools in 1999.
Yeah. I'm going to look for a shoot 'em up for Ty because I know he wants a shmup. What do you think, Mr. Blaster? Go. That could be a shmup.
Yeah, let's have a look. Is this gonna be like Math Blaster or what?
Again, computer lab, late 90s.
Yeah, no one knows what this kind of game is. No idea. I have literally no idea. Genre: arcade/action.
Okay, the old.
It looks like an arcade game. No idea.
Weird. It looks like.
Now, have you noticed that a lot of games have the word "knight" in since Shovel Knight became so popular?
Okay.
Yeah.
There's another one here. Aldred Knight. I mean, what the fuck is Aldred? Who is Aldred?
You don't know Aldred?
This looks like a Microsoft DOS game, right, Ty?
Yeah, we got that kind of art style going on.
Yeah, this looks pretty good, actually. It's like there's a little bit more effort put into the graphics here. Yeah, it looks like the programmer and the artist were 2 different people, as opposed to the same person, like it is for a lot of these games. It's 20 cents, so yeah, I'm going to throw that in the bag. Okay. So up to about, 37 cents now. Still got a couple more games to throw in here. We've had that. That looks like a smartphone game. I'm trying to look something that looks halfway decent. Okay, the Rains Down Players.
Yeah, let's have a look.
This one looks promising. This is down from $4 to 39 cents, so this can fit in the bag. Oh, it looks like Earthbound, but maybe 1 bit down. Not quite 16-bit. Not maybe it's between 8-bit and 16-bit. Mm-hmm. What the hell is this game? What genre is this game? Looks okay. Looks pretty good.
Creativity-driven RPG.
RPG/adventure, yeah. A creativity-driven RPG about a rundown theater and it's pleasing its unruly clientele. Help the Rains Down Players become the premier and only theater troupe in town. Yeah.
It doesn't tell me anything about how to play this game.
Right. Right? You don't need to. It's the rain. Yeah, I would say throw that in the bag as well. Yeah, and we're still under $1, right? So yeah, I think we're good.
And got a sound Metal Mike in the chat. He's like, "Hey man, like I'm glad I'm here for James's garbage bag of goodness." So yeah, just in time, dude.
I'm sure there are actual good games in the sale section. but they're way over $1. And you know, oh look at that, the Drawful 2 is right in the top in the great deals already. You know, like you could spend $8 on Final Fantasy VII, but you know, who wants to play shit like that?
Never heard of it.
Right.
Right. Oh shit, there's a 1-cent game. How did we miss that? Revenge of the Bird King.
Together.
Okay, wait a minute. We might have an extra game to throw in here.
There are
Holy
two
shit,
1-cent games, James.
This looks exactly like the other game that we just looked at. It's like a clone of the other one. No, I don't want that game in the bag. That's just awful. Yeah. Okay. Runner 3, for example, is $2. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But way too expensive.
Right. We don't have that kind of
$2. Anodyne. I've heard of that, right? Has somebody played Anodyne?
No.
I think that's yeah, that's supposed to be pretty good.
Is that Alfred?
Like 16-bit.
I might actually grab Runner 3 because I've got it on my Wii U, but I never really played it that much.
Yeah, there you go. That doesn't count. That's not a garbage bag game. It costs too much. But yeah, Anodyne is 99 cents. So if you wanted to throw all those games that I just gave you in the literal trash and get this instead, you know, you're welcome to it. But why would you want to be playing a good game for 99 cents when you can play 5 mediocre / terrible ones for a grand total?
It's kind of like in The Office. It's like, what do you want? All you can eat, not so bad pizza, or just, you know, a couple of really, really good pizzas. You know?
Exactly. Danny knows where it's at.
Yeah.
Danny's a guy who eats from the trash. He knows what I'm talking about.
Even if it tastes like a flaming, disc of trash, it's fine.
All right, Danny, back to you in the studio.
Okay. All right.
Not that we ever left.
Yes. All right. Well, actually, what's coming up next is our Games of the Decade Part 4, and this is going to be for the years 2016 to 2017. If you guys out there, well, if you're listening to the show, you've probably been keeping up on like everything that we've been doing with this. Instead of doing it in like one big chunk, which would take like 12 hours, we've been kind of broke it down a little bit here, so we can kind of get through it in a little bit more bite-size little things here. So, James, why don't you go ahead and take it away because you got everything set up for this, bud.
So yeah, today is 2016 and 2017. So we're on the arse end of the Wii U.
Yeah.
So you know, please bear with us. 2016, maybe not such a good Nintendo year.
No.
But here we go.
No.
Pretty bad. So for Nintendo games in 2016, we had some good ones. We had SteamWorld Heist, which started off on the Wii U. We had Pokken Tournament. We had Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Pokemon Sun and Moon on the 3DS. Paper Mario Color Splash on the Wii U. Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard, which kind of came together, but technically they're 2 different games. And Lost Reavers. Oof. Ouch. And for non-Nintendo highlights, well, the first 5 are now on Nintendo, but at the time they weren't. Overwatch, now on Nintendo. Doom, 2016 version, obviously. And wait a minute. And Ori and the Blind Forest, now on Switch. Stardew Valley, now on Switch. Owlboy, I played that, now on Switch. And then ones that are still not on Nintendo consoles. Persona 5, ouch, that one's got to hurt. That came out this year. Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, Inside. Oh, Inside is on Switch. Sorry, I forgot about that.
It is, yes.
Yeah. Uncharted 4, now on Switch. No, lying about that one. Forza 3 and Dark Souls 3. I can hear Scott in the shadows.
Scott's a big fan.
So did I miss anything from 2016?
Yeah.
Ty, did I miss anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell us, or we just have to guess?
No, it's going to be a surprise.
Okay.
No, I'll tell you. Watch Dogs 2.
Oh, that was then? Holy crap. Wow.
Oh, very, very fitting considering the the face mask you're wearing.
Yeah. The noted Watch Dogs mask from Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would also mention maybe Pokemon Go.
Oh, yeah.
2016. Damn.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember when it came out.
Yeah.
How much do we all wish we'd bought stock in fucking Nintendo at that time.
Right. Yeah, holy crap. I remember, when that came out, because the release in Japan was a couple of weeks later than what it was in the West, but I was on like a short vacation with the wife to like the beach. I remember just kind of like walking around with my phone, and my wife's like, dude, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, let's enjoy the beach. I just got to catch this Caterpie or something, and then I'll be fine.
Was that was your first wife, right?
Yeah, that was my first wife.
Yeah.
On the third now.
Man, wow. 4 years of Pokemon Go. Holy shit. And now we're at a time where Pokemon Go is like forbidden, which they've started. They've made the monsters appear more frequently, right? So you don't have to move.
Yeah, and you can also get incense really cheap. It's like 1 coin for 30 incenses or something, so you can just attract them all to your house.
Wow.
So that's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah,
for the love of Christ, stay inside package.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right. Remain indoors. Please remember, remain indoors.
Yes.
Sorry, Ty, did you have anything else or just Watch Dogs 2?
Yeah. Dead by
PS4?
Daylight.
PS4?
PS4, okay.
Never heard of it. But yeah, version 1.0 of Dead by Daylight came out in 2016.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was not good at that time.
Oh, man, that's put you in a really tricky situation. But I guess, you can put your name down, for it now. That's fine. Even though it wasn't this version, that you like. So, Liam, what stands out for you in 2016?
Well, it's got to be Titanfall 2.
Oh, wow.
Titanfall 2 is so damn good. That's like that's got to be one of the most overlooked games of the past 5 years. I don't know if any of you guys played it, but the campaign in that game is so phenomenal. And you can buy Titanfall 2 for nothing.
Yeah.
You can get it. It's probably been on PSN for free. It's constantly on sale, and the campaign's not that long, so you can. It's some real cool stuff, and the multiplayer is obviously very good as well. But I think EA released that at a really awkward time. They released it within like a week or two of Battlefield or something. So
yeah, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, so they just sent it to die, but it's so much better than anything else EA has done probably since then.
Was it because they advertised it as like the online section as being the main part of it?
I'm not really sure. I think it was mostly the lack of marketing and the fact that it was released so close to so many other things like Gears, Battlefields. I think it was Battlefield anyway, Battlefield 1 or something like that. There were a bunch of big games. Even EA's biggest game of the year released so soon, so close to it. So they just never gave that game a chance. I also do really like Doom, the 2016 version. I think that's also really, really great. But yeah, if any of you guys haven't played Titanfall 2, just pick that up. Play the campaign.
Nice.
I think I might have it in my backlog somewhere. Did you see the Titanfall 2 viral tweet that's floating around?
No.
One of the animators posted this clip on his Twitter. Cut Titanfall 2 content I made with 10 minutes left on my lunch break, and then instantly deleted it in fear of what I had created. It's a good laugh.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just retweet it on my timeline here. Yeah, please enjoy it.
Man, 2016.
Tough year for Nintendo. This is like the Wii U is crawling on the ground, covered in blood. Everyone's standing over it with a shotgun, just ready to put it out its misery.
Yeah.
What were you playing, Danny?
I played a lot of different things. Like I played Kirby. No, I didn't play that one. I didn't play Kirby Robot what thing.
As it's known.
Then there was a sequel to Box Boy that came out early that year too.
Not Sayonara Box Boy, but like something else.
Box Boy is the Western title. Right. What is it in Japanese? Is it Mohito Hako? I don't remember. Whatever. But then, like, Monster Hunter Stories came out that year here, that cell shaded, kind of childish, this kind of like more targeted towards like a younger audience. That came out. That was cool, but like I don't know if I'd say that's like my favorite game of the year.
I think I remember playing the demo of that. Yeah, it's pretty cute.
Yeah,
and they had that massive amiibo. Do you remember the fucking huge Monster Hunter amiibo?
I saw some of those the other day too. Like they're still hanging around. Nobody's buying them.
Yeah.
Like,
they were never made compatible with like any other Monster Hunter game on like Switch or Wii U or anything, right? It's weird.
Another thing that came out in 2016 as well, at least in Japan, is Detective Pikachu. Like that, the download only version before they like released it physically and then just rose the price and kind of discontinued the cheaper version on the eShop, bastards. But good Lord, am I gonna, man? Because then the NES Classic came out that year, and the Famicom Classic. I spent some time with that stuff, but that's man, you can't really count that in here, can you? God, oh my God.
Okay, Danny's having an aneurysm. I'll take over. So I bloody loved SteamWorld Heist on Wii U, and I was probably pestering. It's Image Inform games, isn't it? Yeah. I was probably pestering those guys for ages because there was a time where it wasn't out in Europe or Japan, and the two consoles that I had was European and Japanese, so I couldn't play on any of them. It was only on the American one. And I was just like, when's the European one coming out? When's the Japanese one coming out? I just kept on pestering them. And then one time they replied. And then it was like, yeah, it's coming out whatever, a few months' time. And it did. And I bought it immediately. It's such a good game. It's the, what do you call it, strategy game, from like the side view. I mean, I like all the SteamWorld games, but like, yeah, that's probably one of the best. I mean, I like Dig 2. Dig 2 is probably like my favorite of their games. But this, yeah, it might be a close second. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I played the complete edition or whatever it was on the Switch, and I really liked it. Yeah, but I agree with you. Dig 2 is probably my favorite as well.
It almost like reminds me of Worms or something, where you're kind of like lining up the shot and like, and then the bullet bouncing off and hitting people. It's so fucking satisfying. I feel like such a badass. But that isn't actually going to be my game for this year. It's got to be Doom. Doom 2016 version, because even though obviously I didn't play it in 2016, I played it in was it 2017 on Switch?
No, is it? Well, in the West, yes. In Japan, it was like March 2018. Yeah,
right. Yeah, Japan was a little bit late. Yeah, but obviously it came out like a year later on the Switch. But like, holy shit, Doom! And I'm so excited for Doom Eternal. And again, we're waiting for the Switch version after the other version, like we were the first one. But like, it is an amazing port, and it's such a good-looking game. I mean, on any console, but the fact that it looks that good on Switch is just like, it's just insane how they did that. It is insane, and it's just, I mean, it's a good first-person shooter, but I think it's got certain kind of Metroid Prime ness to it, which I really like. I know Ty doesn't agree with me on that point, but just shut up and let me enjoy the game for how I see it.
No,
like finding secrets and the platforming, like 3D platforming, actually done really well, and exploration and stuff like that, and shooting demons in the face is very satisfying. And if Ty puts Doom, then I might change my mind to put SteamWorld, because I don't want us both to have the same game. It's boring. Ty, which one are you choosing?
Killer Instinct Season 3.
Fuck off.
Yeah. If I can't do that, I'm gonna go with Doom.
Okay, I'll put you down for that. I'll put me as a SteamWorld Heist, then, so we don't have the same game.
Okay.
It would be a tied up for me.
I think I figured mine out, just like thinking about it more and also checking an alternate list, because the game I liked wasn't on our list. James. No. Yeah, it was definitely dude.
Right, yeah, fucking hell.
It was definitely Nintendo. And yeah, honestly, I really, really played the hell out of the first release of No Man's Sky. And really liked it. Maybe in the span of like 10 days, I put in something like, I don't know, 30 hours, maybe 40. It was like summer holidays, so I just sitting around doing nothing and just mashing that game, man.
Back when you could stay inside all day by choice.
Exactly, right. Yeah. Oh boy. But yeah, I like that. That was fun. A lot of people were pissed off about that because they didn't. A lot of stuff that was promised wasn't available and stuff like that. And I get that, but I thought it was overall fine. And I'd love to get into it again after watching like streams and stuff of people playing with all the stuff they've added since. It's like, holy crap! It's a completely new game now.
Yeah, most improved game of all time award goes to, right?
Yeah,
No Man's
okay.
Sky, probably.
Yeah.
Cool, good choice. That's a good one to get into during this, isolation station that we're all in.
Yeah,
definitely.
Ooh, we have a comment here from Metal Mike. Man, 2016 really scraped the bottom of the DK barrel. I think I spent the whole year waiting for Breath of the Wild. My pick of the year is Dark Souls 3.
All right, nice one. So I think we've all. Sorry, what did you say, Danny? I've already forgotten.
No Man's Sky. I literally just said that.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't listening. Cool. So there we go. So we have Titanfall 2 for Liam, Doom for Ty/me, and SteamWorld Heist for me, and whatever the hell Danny said, no one cares.
Yep.
Right then. So, okay, the Nintendo is doomed is over now. We're only on some good shit from now on. Finally, the mist is clearing. 2017 is in sight. Here we are, 2017. Nintendo highlights. And I can't believe this is all in the same year. I have double checked this. These all came out in the same fucking year. It is insane. Nintendo brought out Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, ARMS, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Fire Emblem Warriors, that's just Nintendo. And then we have SteamWorld Dig 2, Golf Story, Yooka-Laylee, Tiny Metal, Super Bomberman Ore, Snake Pass, Wonder Boy the Dragon Strap, Thumper, Sonic Mania, Troll and I.
Oh, God.
For Danny, and Metroid Samus Returns. That's the only 3DS game that I could find. That's probably like the last big 3DS game, isn't it?
Wasn't there Pokemon or something that year? Or was that the year? It just gets so confusing.
And then for non-Nintendo, we have Divinity Original Sin 2, which is now on Switch. Cuphead, now on Switch. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, kind of on Switch, in Japan only.
Right.
Sorry. And Nier Automata, definitely not on Switch, but probably should be. And Horizon Zero Dawn, as in, the Sony boys of that, right?
And also the PlayStation and PC exclusive.
Yeah, right. I saw a video of a guy. Did I tweet that one out? A guy.
I think everybody saw that video. Yeah,
destroying his PlayStation because that game went to PC.
It's like it's been 3 years. If you have a PlayStation and you haven't gotten it by then, it's like I don't think it's going to happen. But whatever.
All right then. So Liam, did I miss anything?
I think Wolfenstein, the second one.
Yes.
Which was pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
Wolfenstein: The New Colossus, was it?
I think so. Yeah.
Or was it the first one of the new ones, or the second one of the new ones?
Hey, just a quick note. I've just seen a Nintendo Direct Mini just dropped on YouTube.
Yeah, I just watched the entire thing while you guys were talking.
Wow. Okay.
Seriously?
Well, I couldn't flip through it, but yeah.
Holy shit!
No spoilers, please. No spoilers. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
I just saw that too.
Okay, after this show, we'll do a little react to that. It's not gonna be part of this show. We'll finish up this show and then we'll do that after this. Yeah. Okay. So, Ty, did I miss anything? 2017.
In 2017.
Yep. As in rip every other console except Switch. Yeah.
Couple games like I think my choice for game of this year is going to be a big surprise to you guys.
ARMS.
It's not ARMS. Fuck ARMS.
I know you love that game.
I loved it until it came out. So, did you say A Hat in Time?
Oh no, that's now on Switch as well, right?
Yeah, that's a 2017 game.
Yeah, I know one of my good buddies, Ricky, is his name. He really, really loves that game, and he's been trying to get me to play it. And now it's like I have no excuse because it's on the Switch now too, right? So,
yeah, very nice. Cool.
Nice. Yeah, and there's another game. Maybe I'll keep it to myself until I tell you what my choice is.
Alrighty.
Because it is going to be a surprise. You're not going to see it coming.
So Liam, what's your choice for 2017? This is a tricky one, right?
Well, it's got to be Zelda. I think it's a pretty much a no-brainer. That's what
right.
That we've talked about it already, so we don't need to go into it that deep. But yeah, that's what sticks out in memory to me. You know, obviously love Mario, and I actually really like Mario and Rabbids as well. I feel like that is one that's went overlooked by some people. I think there are a lot more people who would enjoy that game that didn't try it. I think it's a really fun strategy game, and the comedy, the storytelling is very good in that game, I think, as well.
Oh, that's funny, Liam, because that's bringing it round to the previous episode you were on with us, because you showed us some screenshots of that before it came out.
Was that back then? Was it?
Yeah. You showed
it was before. Yeah.
Oh God.
We're showing us like a not a poster, but something for retail or something like that, right?
I think so. If I remember correctly, the first thing I got was a banner image for Mario and Rabbids, and I think I showed that to you guys, like maybe it's on my phone or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I remember watching on stage, watching the E3 conference, and that image was behind Miyamoto on the stage as he came out. It was fun.
Yeah.
Nice. Man, crazy times. Nothing like that to show us today, unfortunately.
Unfortunately not, no. Maybe if they do a Mario plus Rabbids 2, I'll come on here with the poster and show you guys, but nothing visual to show today.
Yeah, it's like now coincidentally it's Nintendo trying to show us stuff while we're recording the damn show. Like I said, I literally said at the beginning of this episode,
I know.
Thank God there's no Nintendo Direct happening today.
I will say I haven't checked this Direct Mini. I don't know what's been announced yet, so we're kind of, it's sort of weird. Like there's a mystery box sitting waiting for me after this.
But
I do know the Mario plus Rabbids guys are working on something, and they have been for a while.
Ooh.
And there was a lot of speculation as to what that could be, and I think they took a long time figuring out what they were going to do. They had certain ideas, and I've heard certain things, and I shouldn't say what they are because it's so tentative, and whatever I say is going to get twisted. But I will say, actually, one thing they were playing around with was the idea of doing the Mario Rabbids like gameplay format with other properties, in fact, non-Nintendo stuff. And there was another company whose IP they were in talks to do something, and it was another big company with lots of IPs, and I don't know what happened there. I don't know if that's going to be what they're doing. I actually don't know what their current project is, but I feel like they wanted to do Mario plus Rabbids, and they wanted to maybe do something else with that format as well.
Halo plus Rabbids, got it.
Donkey Kong plus Metroid plus Rabbit. So, I would say for me, 2017 game, I mean, I loved Odyssey and Splatoon 2. I liked ARMS, and I liked SteamWorld Dig 2. I liked a lot of games on here. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. It's really, really hard. Odyssey is so good. It's like the best 3D Mario game since like 64, but it came out the same year that Breath of the Wild came out. So it's
what a complete turnaround from 2016 too, right? For Nintendo gamers.
And like, you don't get Mario and Zelda the same year. That's illegal. It shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah. Oh, it should be allowed.
Like a 3D Mario and a 3D Zelda in the same year. It's just insane. It makes these kind of lists literally impossible to do.
Yeah.
Unless you're an asshole like Ty and didn't play either.
Hell yeah, fuck those games.
Yeah, and Splatoon 2. I mean, yeah, Splatoon 2 is like my game of the forever, but like, it is a sequel, and it's quite similar to the first game, but it's just, much better. But Breath of the Wild is like, a breath of fresh air. Put that on the magazine.
Yeah, I'd say for me too, Breath of the Wild's got to be number one easily. Well, relatively easily, because it's just so goddamn good. And I don't have to give in too much more than that. But I think for me, I know Ty hates this, but ARMS, I really enjoyed ARMS a lot.
Oh yeah, you did.
A lot more than I thought I would actually too. Especially with actual playing with like the control pad as opposed to playing with motion control, because fuck that.
Right. So. It was such a breath that like we all kind of breathed a sigh of relief when they said, because they were keeping that secret for so long.
Yeah, and then that first test punch, we kind of figured out it's like, oh, you don't have to use like the motion controls. Like, oh, thank Christ. But
because Liam, I don't know if you know this, but all three of us, we went to that first initial Switch reveal launch in Tokyo.
Yeah,
and motion controls were the only way to play ARMS.
Yeah,
So
I played it. I played it. It probably was the same demo I played. I went to a convention and I played the pre-release thing, and I remember, I don't know if there was like interference or something like that, but the motion controls just weren't working.
Yeah.
I played it at launch with the motion controls, and I thought they were fine, but it was not a great first impression. That was one of the first times I ever played the Switch. Was playing that in Splatoon 2, and I remember thinking, oh boy, what's wrong here? There's something not right about these.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Breath of the Wild for my number one of 2017.
So Ty, are you ready to embarrass yourself?
Hell yeah.
During the year that Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey came out, what bullshit game were you playing?
Well, I was playing Cuphead, but
yes,
good game.
But my actual choice for best game that came out this year is a little tough to pick, but I think it's Prey. Okay, you guys have never played it, have you?
I know about it, but
you're vaguely aware of a game with this name that came out.
That exists. I probably saw it at TGS or something.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. I think about it a lot. Like the story really stuck with me. It's a very good story. Very very tough single player first person shooter. I would say it feels a lot like Half-Life. It's got kind of a sciencey theme going on with a lot of
Chief Thunder's in it, right?
Yeah, with a lot of crazy environmental stuff. Shit. That was the first game that was called Prey. And this is like just a totally unrelated game with the same name.
Right.
Well, I guess it also happens in space. But
is Chief Thunder not in this one?
No, there's no Native Americans in this game.
Okay.
But it's extremely good. Tough, challenging. I just want to say it feels like Half-Life, but better.
Right.
And it's got a very interesting, meaningful story with a lot of crazy twists and turns. You might see the ending coming, but you might not too. So I would highly encourage you to check this game out if you have a chance.
Very nice.
Middle Mike chimed in here too. He said, for 2017, easy Breath of the Wild. So yeah, thanks for that, Mike.
Right.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, right.
Cool. Alrighty then. So that is it. So we have Breath of the Wild for everyone but Ty, and then Ty with that game you just said.
That game you just said. You've already forgotten.
Prey.
The game. Jesus Christ. Just like put a little pin in that mentally. Like play Prey.
Play Prey. That's hard to say.
Right.
It's free on Game Pass.
There it is.
Cool.
So that's a game of the decade. So part 4. So next episode is part 5, the final part, which is going to be weird because that's kind of recent. 2018, 2019. In fact, we could probably just go back and just repeat the Fammies, right? But there it is. We might have changed our minds. You never know.
Yeah, it could have.
Find out next time.
Right. Okay. Well, before we sign off, and I think that all of us kind of want to check out the direct to see what the hell is happening. But we'll go to a little bit of mail and feedback. I know that right now on YouTube we just have a lot of comments and questions about baseball, so don't. It's okay. I'm manning all of that stuff individually. So. And getting thumbs down because it's not a different baseball game. It's like, okay, fine, thanks. But James, was there anything interesting that popped up on Twitter here recently, or?
Oh shit! You put it. Okay, we're already going to Twitter. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
I thought.
I mean, okay, fine.
There's nothing on YouTube. Are you kidding me?
No. I'm saying if you want me to read stuff about like baseball questions, then yeah, I'll go for it, man. But I'm not going to do that.
I love hearing you read all those questions about
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah.
How do I play my country? It's like, well, you don't. Bye. No, but I posted, like I said, I posted a video of my game room and some stuff like that. Got some pretty nice comments on that. Lemonade made a nice comment on there. He said, "Hey, nice to see you have that Box Boy amiibo. Also, I love the Orange Spice GameCube, which you can kind of see behind my shoulder too. I have the units like up there as well. Yeah, I love that stuff, and I'm going to continue to make some vids about individual things in here too. So yeah, if you guys like that kind of stuff, you can look forward to more of that on our YouTube channel."
So on the YouTube, on Twitter, we've got Patrick Ardron. He's watching. He always, maybe it's like an auto tweet thing. He always says, "Not watching the Famicast," and then that's it. Okay, he always pops up. Nintendo of America retweeted one of our. I love this because it freaked Danny out, and then Johnny Metz as well.
Yeah.
From ex RFN people. Nintendo of America official account says, the Famicast confirmed. We'll see you in Animal Crossing on March 20th. No, that was just an auto-generated thing. I just thought it would be funny to like trick Danny, and it worked.
I figured you did something. I just didn't know what you did. And then like nobody did. We're like, what? I mean, I never tweeted like official account. What was it like for a reminder of like the release date or something?
Yeah, something like that.
It's like, who does that? It's like fucking go to Google, but I know you're doing it just because you're you, but like, okay.
I just like to do mind games with you, that's all. Yes. So next one is from James Allen, Mr. Ferrari. He says, Danny's video that you made showing off your game room thing. He says it's a true cornucopia of wonderfulness. There it is. He appreciates the mountains of trash. I mean, games that you have in your room.
I do have a mountain of trash. Amiibo on the outside side of the room.
And then there's people liking and retweeting our tweet about the free podcast that we've delivered to you guys. So yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, please share it. Share with your friends. Hey, the Famicast are giving away all their Patreon episodes away for free.
Right.
Check them out.
Got another comment. Oh, sorry. Got another comment here from Mike talking about ARMS. ARMS was great, a real surprise. It felt like something completely new. Should have had a better single-player story mode. The player base really dropped off after Splatoon came out too. Yeah, that was kind of like the weird thing about that game too, right? I mean, it's almost like destined to fail because Splatoon was just so freaking close, and then just almost had no chance after that.
ARMS did pretty well financially, I think.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I think if Splatoon wouldn't have been so close, like, yeah, it sold over 1 million units. I know that for sure. I don't know, because, then that list keeps getting, like, higher and higher, and then those lower tier games just kind of fall off, so you don't know exactly how many, but...
All right, then. Liam, have you got any crazy questions asked at you that you want to answer? I guess you got your own podcast, right?
Yeah. I've got my own podcast that I do on Patreon. If we're doing plugs, I think the only thing I'd want to plug really is the series I do on YouTube, which is called Game History Secrets, and you can check that out. That's just something to do, I guess, if you've never seen my content before and you want to sink your teeth into some game history. It's all original stories that I research and I talk to game developers and I get myself. So it's all stuff you've never heard of before. If you've never watched my videos, it's stuff like how Platinum Games nearly did an Okami 2, and This is Vegas, the cancelled Midway open world game. There's all kinds of just obscure trash like that you can learn about. And and sometimes, very occasionally, I am able to release some of these unreleased games. There was a Bionicle game I covered a couple of years ago, and we recovered the final version of that and put that out online for people to play for free. And there's some guys actually remastering that game right now, so it's going to have improved textures, and they're going to try and finish what was started. So yeah, some cool stuff going on there. If you're interested in console games and that kind of thing, look up Game History Secrets on YouTube.
Yeah, actually, I just watched the Vegas one. It was either today. Yeah, it was today. I was folding laundry, and I was like, okay, I need something to do because I have a lot of laundry to fold. And yeah, just watching that, I could have swore I heard something about that game before. Maybe I was just remembering news, but yeah, man, really, really great, fantastic work. It was really cool just getting to learn all about that. And no spoilers, you guys should definitely check that out.
Yeah, thanks very much.
So Liam, when is Scalebound coming out on the Nintendo Switch? 100% confirmed.
It's not looking too good, is it? Yeah, I think there were some genuine talks about that. I feel like there was some fire there. There's no smoke or fire, but I don't think that's necessarily happening. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna watch this direct, and Kamiya's gonna come on the stream, and he's gonna be like, "Hello, guys, we're doing Scalebound for the Switch." I don't know,
and it's available today.
but my what I think is that it has been talked about, and it's not necessarily happening right now, but something that could happen one day.
Yeah. It's cool. It was awesome seeing Wonderful 101 go from rumor to reality. Because we interviewed Kamiya Bit Summit. What was it? 2017? What was it? 18? Yeah. And he really wanted to say it that he was working on it, but he couldn't. You could just tell it in his eyes.
When was this?
Bit Summit, like May 2018.
Bit Summit, May 2018.
Yeah.
I guess they would have been working on it then.
Or maybe he definitely wanted to anyway.
Yeah, or he was really thinking about it or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were definitely in talks with Nintendo to do it for a long time, and they kind of, things worked out the way they did.
Yeah.
That's right.
Cool.
Okay, then. So should we wrap things up, Danny?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. And also, too, if you guys, with feedback and stuff like that, if you guys have questions and you want to hit us up, feel free to hit us up at the Famicast@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter at the Famicast, Facebook, here on YouTube if you're an audio listener. We got lots of stuff going up there all the time. Famicast.com, comment on the article page or whatever. But yeah, if you want to follow us individually on Twitter, you can do that. You can follow me at DannyBiv, DannyBiv. James?
Yeah. I found it complicated. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of a big deal.
Thanks for that.
Right.
And Ty?
Super Cat Drugs.
Alrighty.
I got some nice comedy tweets on there.
What a fun name. My handle is @doctor_cupcakes. The full word doctor_cupcakes.
Are you a fan of cupcakes?
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I think I just made that handle in a hurry. I just was like, whatever.
You had a gun to your head. Yeah, you had to make it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Cupcakes. Yeah.
All right. Well, Liam, thank you so much for going on the show, man. It's always a pleasure. It's like this one doesn't happen so often, so I'll just be stalking you on Twitter, and then occasionally maybe responding or giving you a thumbs up. But hey, man, good to do a podcast with you again.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Yeah, Danny, what cancel game do you want Liam to bring to life?
Cabbage, the N64 DD.
Wow,
DD game. There it is.
I don't know, man. You have the power to make these type of things happen. So, please, I'm begging you.
Man, there's so
Yeah.
many canceled games I want to beg for.
Ty, what do you want?
I want BattleBots on GameCube.
Okay.
Yo, I played that at E3. It was fun as fuck. Holy shit.
That sounds like something Liam could do. That's one of your wheelhouses, isn't it? Project Hammer. Oh no, that was
well, here's the thing. I would always say that like Western games are relatively within reach, but
Sure.
I don't speak Japanese. I don't have tons of contacts in Japan in comparison to the West. You know, the language barrier is a big thing.
I'm trying to remember who was working on BattleBots. I think it was THQ actually.
Oh.
I mean, it's an American TV show.
Right, yeah.
And also, the GameCube game is a cool 4-player game where you can build your own robot and kill each other.
One last message from Metal Mike in the chat. He said, "Hey guys, great episode. Thanks, Famicast and Liam. Really liking the special guest this season." No, thanks, Mike, for sticking with us and commenting on the show, man. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
What was there was a first the Ubisoft showed off that on the Wii U. There was what is it, Ghost Recon, or what is their Ubisoft's kind of most popular FPS game?
Yeah, it was a Ghost Recon game. I think it was possibly Future Soldier or something like that. It was some kind of version of that, like an online only version for the Wii U, and that never came out. That was just a prototype that I guess they had.
That was so hype, like using the gamepad, like dropping stuff on people, and it was crazy.
Yeah,
never came out.
Yeah, that was back when we thought the gamepad might actually be useful.
Yeah,
right. Where you can get more than one.
Oh shit! Yeah. That's
shit. Right. All right. Well, that's going to do it for the show for Famicast 170. All you guys out there joining us live, thank you so much. If you listen to the audio show, thank you for downloading and all that.
Remain indoors.
Remain indoors.
Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Remain indoors. Wear a mask if you do go out, but only for necessities. Stay safe.
Don't lick that toilet seat.
Yeah, don't do anything stupid. I mean, I'd like to think that of the Famicast listeners, you guys out there are pretty smart guys and gals. So, seriously, guys, be safe out there. We'll try to do the same, and we will catch you next time.
Stay safe, poverty gamers.
Peace.
See you later.
Bye.